Right, well, the next rig I'm going to tie is the Pulley Dropper Rig. I've only really started using it this season, but I've found it very, very effective. Brilliant little rig. Really keeps that bait nailed hard to the bottom for fish, you know, such as rays, cod, anything that feed hard on the bottom. So we'll have a quick look at the components we'll need to tie this rig, and then we'll run through how to tie it. Right, so these are the components we're going to be using for the Pulley Dropper Rig. I'll just run through them quickly one by one, go through exactly what we need. First up, we've got breakaway imp, lead clip, got proper pulley, got a standard swivel, 2 plastic beads, again 2.5 to 3 foot of 60-pound mono rig body, hook length, again some 20-pound clear amnesia, and the important part of this rig is a Gemini link. Now what we're going to do with this is we're going to get a pair of pliers, which are a bit rusty. We're going to nip that onto the eye of the link. We're just going to bend that to roughly 90 degrees. So that link will sit like that. So that's the components, and we'll move on to the tying. That's all the parts we need, so we'll get on to tying it. First off, again, got the imp and the 60-pound rig body. So we'll get this undone. Again, 2.5 to 3 foot of 60-pound mono. You can fish a bit heavier, 70, 80-pound mono. Some people even go up to 100. I'm not the biggest caster in the world, so 60 pound is ample for me. So I'm going to get that imp, and again I'm going to tie that on, just a normal blood knot, 5 turns. Wet the knot down again. Pull that all tight. We'll snip that tag end off again. And again, I'm just going to clip that lead straight on, just to aid me in tying it. Right, so there we go. We've got the lead, the imp, and the rig body. Now, first of all, I'm going to take a bead, and I'm going to slide that on. Next up is the Gemini Clip that I bent. You can see that. Now what I'm going to do, take that line, and with that eye at a 90-degree angle to the line, I'm going to slide that on. So the bend of that clip is in line with the line. So we'll slide that down. Like Next up is the proper pulley. I'm going to slide that on. Then the second bead, I'll slide that on, and then the swivel again. Just going to put that on with a blood knot, 5 turns. Wet the knot down again. We'll pull that all tight. Snip off the tag end again. Alright, now this time for the hook length, we're going to tie the initial length, the initial knot on the hook length onto that Gemini clip. You can tie a swivel onto the end of the hook length and clip that straight on, or you can tie it straight on. Just for ease today, I'm just going to tie it straight onto the Gemini clip. Again, just a straightforward blood knot. Pull that tight. We'll snip that off. Right, now this time, to measure the hook length, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that proper pulley and I'm going to bring this Gemini clip up to about 3 or 4 inches above that proper pulley. I'm going to hold that tight there, and then I'm going to measure down to the imp, and I'll just trim that off there. And again, get me 3 O's. I'm going to tie this one as a pennel. First hook on through the eye, just leave that sliding freely along there. Second hook, tie that on. Pull that tight. I'm going to trim off that tag end again. So, as normal, you bait your hooks with your preferred weapon of choice. Now, what we'll do, we'll come back up to the top of the rig. That proper pulley will clip onto your main line, and this swivel will sit out at an angle. What we'll do, we'll bring that Gemini clip up back to the top of the rig, and the little hook on the Gemini clip will go through the eye of that swivel, and we'll pull it tight and run the hook down to the imp at the bottom. So we'll just clip that to the imp. This is a lot easier to do when you're attached to your main line. So that will sit like so. Looks fairly similar to the standard pulley rig once it's all clipped up. And the idea of this, again, when that bait hits the water, that little paddle will be activated and release your hook. At the top end of the rig, once the tension's gone from the rig, that Gemini clip will drop out of that swivel, and your hook length will then slide all the way down and stop against that bead next to the imp, and that will keep your bait nailed right to the bottom, nice and hard. So there we go, that's the Pulley Dropper Rig.